So, hi, English teacher. My name
Hello.
is I'm from India. So, can you introduce yourself?
Of course, my name is Erin Daly. I'm from Arizona in the United States. I am a kindergarten teacher.
Okay, kindergarten teacher. So, I have got some questions for you, and then, especially, the purpose to have this conversation is to discuss some questions with you. You might not be aware of what's going to happen instantly if someone is calling from different parts of the world. All right. The questions are for you: teaching English language to kids, adults, to anyone. So, what can be the various tips and tricks how English language can be taught more effectively to the students, to the learner, those who are learning English language or those who want to learn language from the beginning itself? It will include a lot of things. Now you need to keep on discussing according to your experience. You may go on now.
Excellent. Just before I start, teaching online or teaching physically?
It can be online, physically, whatever may be. The question is how English language can be taught more effectively.
Physically.
Yeah. And what can be
Physically,
the, okay, go on.
yes. Physically, I tend to do a lot of activities, a lot of games for students or adults to start learning. I find this very effective because I feel like every time you do something, um, there is something that causes you to remember it by an action. For example, I have my students who are a little bit elder play games. What do? I write, let's say, a sentence in the board, and I have boys versus girls. I give them both a marker and I have them race. Whoever fills in the blank correctly first gets a point. So what causes this to them to remember, I think, is they start laughing, they try to hurry, and then some of them just forget, they go blank. And then when the answer is there, they go, oh yeah, it's this. So later, let's say days later, they're doing an exam and they say, what was this? Oh yeah, I remember. Jacob got the point because he answered this. So they kind of start remembering through activities, through practicing, practical. When it's younger kids, I tend to put a lot of videos, a lot of songs, a lot of you could say dancing and moving. Of course, we do write and we do read, but it's mostly activities. For me, it's activities rather than theories.
All right.
And online, it's mostly speaking, I would say.
All right. No, actually, you didn't get my question. I have the question like, teaching language. What should be the beginning point? Maybe, for example, you got some students and you want to teach them language and they want to learn language from the beginning itself. So how would you begin teaching them language? What would be your beginning exercise? Not like starting from the sentences there itself. All right, because the language begins from the alphabets. First of all, there are the sounds of the letters. Making sure that we give the enough knowledge to our kids the sounds of the letters. There are 26 alphabets in English language. It makes 44 to 46 sounds. Firstly, giving them the knowledge of the sounds of the letters of the alphabets of that particular language. It can be English, it can be any languages. All right. Once they have knowledge about the sounds of the letters, then the second step will go for learning some words, learning, speaking, memorizing, doing practice, whatever it may be. That is going to be the second stage. The third stage is going to be, as you are talking about, the sentences. You may say
Okay.
you may say sentences. For that, doing any activities, like you said that I make them to run, to fill the gap, all those things are there. Because what happens when two teachers keep on discussing, we can find some more practical solutions of teaching language more easily. This is what I have been talking to so many people from around the world to do the discussion on this particular topic. Starting from sentences and spoken, that's the different level of teaching language. When we talk about teaching language from the zero level itself, from the beginning, what are the strategies and what are the important contents, or I would say the exercises, which are very important that we must complete that, not as a grammar rules like some structure waste after that, so students can have enough practice on that. So what would you like to say on this?
Okay, okay. Yeah, so definitely after we learn like the alphabet.
Now the Cambly teacher wasn't available, so this is the scenario of Cambly teacher. You can see now our profile photo.